friends, family, and strangers. Feast your eyes on a very busy work site. That's right. And I do believe you are incredibly smudgered. Let me clear you off. Are you unsmudgered now? That's how we save time in the editing room. We just unsmudger live, baby. Friends, family, Strizzangers, we gotta hit the road again. Today, you might get a double shirt, which means 2 videos of me rocking the same shirt. Isn't that sexy? I think it is. I just put my shoes on right now. That's how ready to get out the effing door I am. It is a beautiful, crisp, cool morning. The good fellas out there are building my neighbors' homes, and I have a time lapser on it, but that was just for this morning's early milling around the apartment, some things I had to do in the video world. I had to get my milk drank, had to get my vitamins done took, and but other than that, it's time to stop that time lapse video and head to the road because I need both cameras today. Woohoo! We're doing it to it. I set a playlist called D-Nation Back on Tour, I think, or something like that in 2025. And I'm trying to live up to that playlist's name. Trying to get back on the road for you. Here in a couple more days from now, there is talks and heavy rumors about a trip that crosses about 3 or 4 state lines, something like that. I'm like 50-50 right now on whether or not that's going to happen, but there's another state line trip that is about 75% going to happen here in about a week or so. So, hey, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can get out there and learn the rock and roll business. Maybe not, whatever. You get what you pay for, you know what I'm saying? But how about instead of us overanalyzing, how about we just hit the road and have a little fun, which you're not going to see right now. You're not going to see the full shoot, the full thing, the full place that I'm going to. That will be, this is just to wet your whistle and get you tease the tip, get you throbbing for sticking it in tomorrow. Hey, it's called marketing. It's fair, right? But like last time, if I'm lucky, if we are lucky as a family, we'll see something fun along the way, and we'll get a little bonus park. Maybe we'll see a helicopter that doesn't land, or maybe we'll get a little bonus park and see a little. I don't even remember all the shit we fucking seen along the way so far, but who knows? Maybe today that'll happen again, or maybe not. Maybe you'll fall asleep by the time I get done finishing this sentence. Maybe I'll impregnate your mother. Either way, gather your things, and let's do it.
You're a loser.
So it is like 62 right now. However, according to Amazon, my Echo device, according to her, it will hit 80 plus degree today. So I thought, this is not a cooler, it is a toolbox. However, I think it'll do the trick. What if I just put a bunch of bottled waters in here and a couple sodas and filled this mad puppy up with ice, or at least what little ice I have, which is that. Couldn't hurt, right? In any event, it should keep the blazing heat off of my bottled water and allow me to have not plastic free water, but at least water that doesn't reek of a plastic taste. Let's go ahead and give it a try. All right, 8 bottles of water, 2 Faygo Rockin' Rise, just in case. That is one thirsty sumbitch. But we're going to be on the road all day, possibly even tomorrow as well. This may be an overnighter, But I'm not packing a bag. I'm just going to wing it and see what happens because I'm not planning to overnight. But I'm open to it. But I'm not taking the extra time right now to delay my departure from here. So we're winging it, baby. And I'm all about whipping it out and winging it around, baby. So let's fucking do it. But I figured 8 bottles, you know, what if I see a homeless old lady who needs some water? I'll hook her up with whatever I have. Maybe hold this up high and like drip the cold water on her so she can take a nice cool shower out in the blazing heat on the side of the highway. You know, hey, according to my imagination, this is going to be a good day. Hopefully these couple minutes I took to do this is something I have and don't need versus need and don't have. You know what I'm saying? But if I do need it, I'll be so thankful I did. Now, this is not a cooler, so that's just going to be a sludgery of cool water here in like 2 hours. But it'll be better than 85-degree bottles of plastic water. I just got honked at for taking that picture. I think the concern was having something in my hand while driving. But here's the reality of that. That person that honked at me for taking that shot can fuck off. I mean, can politely go mind their business, is what I meant to say. That car followed me for a few blocks and honked at me when I turned. A second honk from them. And normally I would ignore things like that or try to avoid any and all response to someone like that. Just try to avoid it no matter what. But on this particular morning, I decided to extend my arm and my middle finger toward that driver. Just being honest. Bon appetit. Breakfast on the road. I just so happened to be passing through. And I thought I would stop right here for just a second. Not because of this beautiful river or this beautiful bridge, but actually because of this intersection up here, which I will explain to you in just a moment. This intersection right up here where you see that black truck used to be a town. That's right, we are just south of Marysville, Ohio. And back in the day, the 1800s, this little intersection right here used to be surrounded by local shops, homes, trading posts, etc. Now that has all been taken away, landscaped away, whatever you call it, scraped off the earth. The foundations aren't even able to be evidenced of anymore. And this is one of the old school trading stops / villages back in early Ohio. For some reason, the bridge that got put in place down here became more famous than that old town. I don't know why that is, but this is a famous bridge. There's actually a recognizable, snazzy, historical marker just for this bridge. I don't know if that marker talks about the old town or not, but let's go see. Someone spray painted on the concrete over there on that concrete wall. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll get closer to it and show you. But someone spray painted the words "suck me off" on that. Wow. Look at this beautiful river out here. This would be a nice spot to do a little kayaking around. I would explore these coves and stuff. Take in some of the shade spots. Got a car coming up behind me, so I might want to get the fuck out of the way. This is a 1-lane bridge. People get sketchy. Look at that. It says "suck me off, Raymond." Then it says "glory hole Pam." There's a picture of a penis too. That is not very nice. The other side of this sign I read as I came up said, that the retired village that used to be here got the name Bridgeport because so many different bridges were put there in that spot over the years. First of several bridges was constructed at this location dating back to 1840, and it talks about how there was schoolhouses, one-room schoolhouses here where that village used to be. There was a bank, I think it said, a blacksmith shop, a group of log houses, a wagon shop. Maybe there wasn't a bank. Maybe I just thought that's what it said. But please pause and read. Go ahead and do a little bit of reading up on this side too if you want. Give yourself a little pauser and read. Now look, the construction ahead warning I can get behind, because that is Google telling you prepare to slow down and drive carefully through a construction zone. But as you heard me complain the other day, when they tell you police ahead, that's a whole different kettle of worms, baby. That's Google Maps telling you temporarily stop your reckless driving and your speeding so you don't get caught. That way you can go right back to doing it. I am tired and weary from the long, lonesome road, so I'll stop in here at one of Ohio's finest rest stops. By the way, as of right now, the intention is to go somewhere with friends at some kind of conservatory, pretty much like a botanical garden, but not. I'm not really sure how to describe this place. So whenever we get there, we'll probably have to just hold hands and be quiet because I'll be busy, smooshing it up with the colleagues. But I will definitely, at least I'm assuming I will, remember, of course, to take beautiful shots of this place, or interesting ones, just for you. But for now, let's get a little film of this rest stop. If you would like to learn about Ohio's native plants, here is your chance to pause and read. Of course, they are playing copyrighted music here for no reason. When I pull off the freeway to rest, I don't want to hear music. I want to hear somewhat like, quietness, you would say. Also, if you want to learn about Ohio Buckeye trees, here is your chance to pause and read. More talking over copyrighted music, blah, 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 blah. Now that's a big map. Here at the rest stop out back, they do have a jail for people misbehaving. We are officially pressed for time, but let's do the storybook trail anyways. Quickly, please. As you can see, you walk along and read 15 pages of a book. And here we go with, I believe, the cover of the book, One Leaf, Two Leaves, Count With Me, by John Miklas Jr. and Clive McFarland. Okay. I've seen libraries that do this outside, but I've never seen an Ohio rest stop that does this outside. One leaf, two leaf, on the tree, three leaves. Okay, we get it. I literally can't read every page because that would be infringing upon the copyright of the book, technically speaking. However, I am in public, filming what I can see from a public space. But, just in case, I'll use that as an excuse to save time. 4 leaves, 5 leaves, 6 leaves way up high, 7 leaves, 8 leaves touch the sky, 9 leaves, 10 leaves green and young. I'm not sure what happens to the tree or the leaves, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I stopped caring. The tree went through the entire year losing leaves in the fall, having no leaves in the winter, and soon in the spring, green leaves from 1 to 10 will sprout and grow again. Okie dokie, whatever. Well, the good news is my car is a total sauna, and I've only been in here about 3 minutes, and my shirt is now soaked in sweat, so I should smell good tonight when hanging out with the buddies. As I was pulling out of that rest stop, there was a truck driver rubbernecking this hot soccer mom as he was walking back to his truck. He was all like staring at her, locked right on her, walking one way, looking another for several seconds, making it obvious. And I had my window down, and I rolled up and looked at her too, and I looked at him and I said, I agree. And it was funny. Sure glad I packed some waters and some ice. Nice, frosty, cold water. Out here hitting the spot. Do you remember when we saw some waterfalls for 4 days and I didn't bring shit? Not even a sweat towel or nothing? Yeah, that trip sucked ass. I just witnessed a large Sprinter van pass a semi-truck over on the emergency shoulder, going about 80. That is some Grand Theft Auto shit right there. I've always wondered if anybody ever done that, and now I know. And just like that, as I pulled off of the freeway, the State Highway Patrol pulled right on. You know, when you fly around truckers like that at a dangerous speed, those truckers get on the radio and call ahead up the road so other truckers can get ready for that particular driver to come up on them. And then they're just going to call the 5-0 on you. So that State Highway Patrol has a lot of miles to catch up to now, but that's not a challenge for them. They'll put on the lights, the sirens. Most people will get over and they will haul buns up to where that van is, and those truckers will keep calling that in because they hear it over the radio. So when they see it come up behind them, then a new trucker calls 911 on that reckless op every 5-10 minutes or so. So yeah, whatever bone smuggling that driver's doing, the smuggling's about to get put on hold for the night. Listen to the sound of these woods. I don't know if you saw that or not, but I was attacked. Oh, it's still on me. Get away. That insect that flew right onto me, and then I didn't even know it was there for a while. I wonder if that's what we're hearing in these woods. I'll try this again. Listen to the sound of these woods. Creepy. But I wanted to pull over. Randomly found this, was not expecting to see this, but here it is. Twin mounds and parallel walls. I'm not sure where the walls are, but the twin mounds are right here. If you can't tell, 1, 2. I'm assuming these mounds have something to do with Native Americans. It looks like this. Look, here's twin mounds. So there's the road, I guess. Where would the road be? Have to be between there. Maybe I'm about to... I don't get it. The road can only be here. So where are these walls? Because I don't think the road goes in between the walls. Maybe the road goes like this. And the wall is somewhere else. But anyway, this is actually where we are going, I believe. But on the way here, I thought I'd stop. These circular twin mounds were excavated in the late 1800s and contain no human remains. 2 shallow ditches extended from these earth mounds. One ditch connects to Randall Run on the north side of Fort Ancient, where the other connects to Cohen Run on the east and south sides of the site. Thus, the entire site is surrounded by either a river, stream, or natural gully or a ditch. I don't even understand what we just read. They were excavated in the 1800s and contain no human remains. Pause and read that second paragraph if you desire. This sign is not willing to share with us why that wall used to be there. I believe it said it's no longer there. It also is not sharing with us why these 2 mounds are here, what they were for, at least what the smartsy people think. But it did say go to the museum and find out. Are we going to the museum? You like how my voice got real high there? And if we are, is that a video you'll be seeing tomorrow? You'll just have to wait and find out. I'm laughing for those that are like so not interested in that particular content. But I am. I think it's cool as shit. I would climb up there and take a picture from the top because there's no human remains and no artifacts found. However, I'm not taking that risk at being disrespectful. How the fuck do you know what they're there for? I'm assuming it's still going to be very disrespectful to do so, although it does appear that they get mowed. How would you like to mow a mound, a man-made mound that was put in place several hundred years ago by Native Americans? That'd be one weird job to have, boys. Whew. About got stuck in a ditch trying to get out of that little spot I was parked looking at the mounds. But I am here where I was trying to go all day long, and finally here. So you stay in the car, play with your toys, enjoy the heat, and there's water back there if you need it. Daddy is going to go make a movie, and you are going to make a boom boom in your diaper right here in the car. So just fucking, I'll be back in a minute through the power movie magic. It probably won't be a long wait. All right, give Daddy a kissy. That turn you on? You like that hairy lip, motherfucker? I came, I saw, I even bought the shirt. But the best thing I did was this. It is 80 plus degrees out here. This nice cold water, keeping that nice and cold. I should have dumped water in this to surround the drinks after the ice melted, but hey, I think I'm gonna get ice built up in advance next time, and that way when it melts it surrounds every bottle of water in there. Time to crack open the cold Faygo, dude. I just left the hot spot for the day, relocated my car right here in this only little shade that this whole parking lot has. I took it from anyone else, even though only a couple other cars are actually here. I gotta call my peoples. I gotta look at some clips, which is called the dailies, and see if anything needs to be taken out, tweaked, or beaked. I've already recorded my outro and all that stuff through the woods. It is time now to head down to, I think we're still going to, if the meeting is still on, head down to the southern regions of Cincinnati, Riverside, baby. Because my friend can't figure out how to get her day together so that we can meet at the appointed time in the appointed location, our plans have went awry, which is totally fine by me because I am tuckered on out. So I do not have to venture down into Cincinnati now. I can head back home to my beautiful little cozy apartment there just fucking west of Columbus. Yep, there's pretty much only one thing left to do now. That's get in on some of these chicken strips. Maybe a burger or 7. Then I might even have to go across the street and get on one of them blizzards. Can you imagine that? Enjoying a blizzard in the middle of summer. That's just like creating a paradoxilated glitching matrix. Fast and Furious Matrix Reloaded. Guns reloaded, guns blazing. Speaking of guns loaded, I gotta take a shit. How about instead of coming up to the window, still in the process of fiddle fucking around, how about instead you please have your payment ready? One of the reasons people are playing on their phone, they don't have their payment ready, is because they're waiting in this parking lot disguised as a drive-through, and they get bored, so they start playing on their phone. And you know, the Native Americans, they could do really cool stuff with stonework and stuff. But could they do this with stonework? That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. McDonald's carved out of bricks. What would they think of next? Chicken nuggets that don't digest for 10 years? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, it takes 3 of them. It takes 3 piggies to deal with 1 person. Oh, would you look at that? Crime of the century taking place. Ow. All I tried to do was get on a Dairy Queen's Blizzards. Dairy Queen's Superman's Blizzards, alright? That's all I was trying to do, okay? So I took a wrong turn, then I couldn't turn into the Dairy Kinks. So I had to take another wrong turn, then had to come back around yonder and get into the Dairy Kinks line and give me my Superman Blizzards. Then, because of all that, the Google rerouted me a whole different way, completely off the freeway, which I normally like. But it's been giving me all these windy, zippity-dippity back roads and shit this whole time. I still have another 47 minutes on the road, and I am over it. I think it's time for me to just enjoy my couch for a couple of days after this. Whew! This life on tour is rough on your boys' nuts. Alright? I think it's safe to say I have arrived back home. The playing field has been leveled, and this crew is now working as high up as I am filming them work. It looks like tons of interior walls are getting put in place today on the 3rd floor. My search beacon light, I will never see it again. Once you get so far, there is nothing over there I can see. That pains my heart. If they would have just built this building 10 more yards that way, and this big turnabout parking space right here could be right here instead, that would be awesome. Why'd they have to go and do me dirty like that? I definitely missed the chance to time-lapse video that 3rd level getting built for the most part, because today was that big day. They did all that, put all them walls up and threw that panel board on. So what's left for me to time-lapse will be them running around through the windows doing interior walls. But sometime soon, maybe even tomorrow, that crew will be putting on the roof rafters and everything. And I will definitely be here the next couple of days to time-lapse video that. I have decided officially my ass is going no place these next couple days at least. I am rattered and tattered, and I've got to take a massive shit. I set the temperature in here to 68 degrees. It is 85 degrees outside. Can you imagine how good it felt to walk in? Oh, it's like walking into a refrigerator. And if I sit real still the rest of the day and do nothing but drink beer, I'll start to get cold in here. And that'll be fucking awesome compared to that long, hot, humid ass drive. It actually wasn't too humid compared to how bad it's going to be here in about a month. But still, hot and humid today for sure. You know you have nothing to say when you start talking about the weather, right? Dude, toilet vlog. I'm looking forward to the next couple days. Just getting laundry caught up, getting my towel shelf restocked here in the bathroom, and I don't know, just like vacuum in, and I might bring my chair up and try to figure out how exactly that chair is going to fit, because I really kind of want my armchair to lay back in, fucking relax, dude, because, yeah, that couch just ain't cutting, dude. There's no backing to it, and I ain't putting it up against the wall because I'm a fucking party animal like that, dude. Although up against the wall, it would be pretty pimp. I could just put the pillows up, but then I'd be looking clear across fucking outer space to the TV, and I don't want to do that shit. You know? Speaking of shit, damn, it's starting to stink in here. But I'm looking forward to the, I was almost said the road, but I'm looking forward to not the road the next couple of days, just to do little things like that, because I feel rattled and tattered, like I said, and we really didn't even go do that cool as shit. But I like that in a way, because I kind of had this idea that I wouldn't just bring you stuff. I want to bring you stuff you've never even heard of or noticed. Like those, what is that? The spillway there off of Glick Road and intersect with Scioto River right beside the Columbus Zoo. I drove that bridge 1,000 times, never noticed that observation deck right there. I didn't know there was a waterfall off to the one side and a spillway on the other side of that. Didn't have a clue. Did you know that out in the middle of fucking nowhere land, there's a random ass out in the middle of nowhere in the woods, there's that museum that you'll see tomorrow probably if I do these videos in the correct order. And the museum's not that interesting, but I found it interesting. But just the fact that you've never heard of it or saw it, oh, that brought me joy. That fact you've never heard of it or saw it, and that turd finally pushing through brought me joy too. Why do we do toilet humor, folks? Because fucking people get a giggle, that's all. If you don't like it, I understand. I try to go back and forth, like, I want to give you an intelligent video, then the next day I want to give you one stupid as shit. I don't want to polarize the audience, all right? I want to do all that stuff. I want to create visual experiences, even if they're stupid or amazing. I can do both, whatever. If you need me to never talk to you on the shitter again or describe my turds, then, and half the time it's just jokes anyways. A lot of times I just make stuff up, dude, just for a laugh. How do you know I don't have pants on right now? Let me show you. I won't do that, because then you'll see my ball bag, dude. What else? There was the other thing, that like Ohio's smallest fair. Did you know there's a full-blown county fair in Ohio that small? So small there's not even rides. How'd you get out, little buddy? Did you know that? I didn't know that. So I thought, perfect. Weird stuff that you've never even thought of. Right there. For your amusement or boredom. However you slice it. I gotta go for a second. I gotta finish paperwork.
Government entity on recorded line. How are you?
I'm good, Jim. How are you? Okay, sounds good. Eat shit and die.
All right. I got a trip coming up that I'm probably taking. It's going to get us across like 3 state lines, okay? Up that way. I'm like 75% yes. Okay, 65% yes. And the other whatever percent whatever the math is, percent, 45, 6, 10, 35, 65. Yeah, 35, 65.
100 minus 65 is 35.
It's the fucking math genius over here. She confirmed it. That means it must be real. Anything on the internet's got to be real, right? Even math quotationals. So anyways, I'm like 65% doing it, 35% fuck that. Because this is going to be a long haul. And I'm not worried about me. I'm not worried about like conserving financially the whole way to get there and back comfortably without blowing the budget and everything. You got to keep in mind, I have no income throughout this whole vacation. So I have to be very careful with the income or the money I've already set in place for this adventure. Okay? So like I can get through the whole time off work up until I get another full paycheck. I got me. But I can't like, normally if I really want to go all out and then just like back it up later, save and get back to normal later, I could do that. I don't have that option. Because if I blow it all out now, it stays blowed out for several more weeks. You see? See what I'm saying? So this is worse than going out of budget because this budget is mandatory. Okay? Friends, family, strange people. So you've always got to be careful. Anyways, I think we got that trip coming up. It'll be fun. I'm going to constantly be looking for stops along the way, to and fro. And yeah, why not? Fuck it. Probably. But I want to take the next couple of days to rest up, get some videos going. I want to record more the next couple of days as well, gearing up. You can watch me pack a suitcase for a couple days if you want. And but like I said, I'm not worried about me, and I'm really not worried about the discipline with the budget. I'm more worried about old Leroy, the car. Leroy takes a licking and keeps right on sticking. However, when I hit the brakes, the whole front goes like a fucking semi-truck Jake brake, all right? Engine brake. So I don't know. I'm afraid to know what that is. I'm assuming it is fixable as shit, but I'm also assuming it's expensive as shit, and I don't have it in the budget right now. But the car does stop just with a little shimmy, and I'm guessing that that shimmy makes everything else vibrate, obviously, and that everything else is going to fail too because of this vibrating and ridiculous car. But I think we're doing it. I think we're chancing it. Worst case scenario, I am on the side of the road somewhere with a smoking gun and I gotta Uber home for 3 days, and that'll cost me everything I have to get through this vacation. But I also have friends too. Like, my friend that I'm going out to see can just come and get me and be my taxi the whole time and then bring me back and then drive back as well for $100 and a BJ. So, what are you gonna do? Check this out, dude. I use my dishwasher as a drying rack. I never actually run it. I washed my French fries cereal bowl. I'm being productive. I did that and cracked a beer. Angry Orchard. That's productivity right there. I think I'll go ahead and cook dinner before I get too sleepy and lazy. What do we want for dinner tonight, kids? Do we want some shrimp pasta? I think we do. All right, I do believe dinner is ready. Let's see here. See what we got here. Some chicken tacos. And shrimp della pasta from good old Applebee's. I'm good at cooking. That's easier every time. I hope this doesn't ruin the shrimp pasta, but I think it'll be okay. A little bit of Sriracha sauce. Let the heat come in. All natural heat, baby. And just like that, our day has come to an end. As you can see, my view is officially blocked. I cannot see. Jeez, I can't believe how far the nails stick out of my deck wood right here, this on my balcony. I'm just gonna have to come out here and beat the nails down myself. All of them. Anyways, I wonder if I can see the searchlight through the cloud. There it is. You see it? There it is, and there's the bigger one coming right there. Where you at? There it is. You can barely see it. Eventually I'm gonna forget that there's a searchlight over there. But anyways, whatever. Gotta do what you gotta do, don't you? Friends, family, strangers. That's gonna do it for tonight's adventure. I have lost track of what's coming up on what day, and I try to do like hanging out with me and then a special location video where we are somewhere doing something the next day. I can also tell you that I have completely and totally lost interest these last couple of days with putting out a daily video. Back in the day, recently, I would just do what I felt like doing. I'll explain further. And when only shooting what I feel like shooting, and only editing when and what I feel like editing, a lot of freedom in that. So basically, I've always done just only specifically what I felt like doing. Well, 3, 4 months, 5 months ago now, however long it's been, I wanted to do something new. And what I felt like doing was see if 2 things I could pull off posting a daily video and or drive traffic to the channel because of that. I think what drove traffic to the channel was some of the ups and downs of my life lately, and being in the mindset of posting a daily kind of kept me going through that time. But I guess now things are different. I'm like chilling, and it doesn't really help drive any new traffic to the channel to post the daily anymore. The traffic's the exact same. So there was a jump in traffic, and that was fun to see. But now it couldn't matter. Like, I can't physically go bring you daily videos that would have to be clicked on. I just don't have that ability. So what I do have the ability is continue to make jokes and put together over time my randoms and odd things that I like to post whenever I feel like it. So I don't know. The daily might stop. I never said that yet until now. But I and the board of execs are reviewing it. We're looking into it. We're trying to figure out if it's been a good run or if it needs to continue to run. And I think that's fair. That's honest, right? Sometimes you just want to see stuff like this. Oh, and you don't necessarily want me to try to go out and figure out something to show you every day, because who gives a shit? Just wait until you got a good fart compilation, right? That was kind of Dougalo Nation for a long time, and it hasn't been lately, and I'm assuming some of you miss those days. Although some of you highly enjoy a daily contribution to your entertainment life. So I don't know, the channel's not growing, and it's not that I have a problem with being out front every day. That doesn't bother me. Like, I would let a film crew come in here and they could do whatever they want except for like film me fucking. You know what I mean? They could film me taking a crap, taking a shower, talking, whatever. The only thing that I wouldn't want filmed would be certain private conversations and sex. That's it. Because that involves a whole ass other person. You know what I mean? Those two things. Other than that, and you can post it daily, weekly. I don't care. Do whatever you want with my image and audio, okay? I would sign that contract. But it's just the fact that when you have to remember to shoot your day-to-day stuff every day, unless you're a couple vids ahead and you can take a day off, it's kind of like mentally tiring. It's just so much fun to not think about that when you don't feel like thinking about that. Anyways, I want to think about it more, figure out what we might need to like downshift. I kind of still want to do it daily, but I need to find something like from my desk to do a couple times a week. So it's easier to kind of like, I don't know, not to have to work every single day on this. So I'm just being honest. We'll see. We'll see what happened. Old Dad's getting tired of you. All right. Tired of hearing you fuss and complain, and you know, might be time to put you up for adoption. Is all I'm trying to say. So, but hey, in any event, I'll figure that out. For now, we're rocking the daily. I do still like the idea of trying to merge more into travel vlogging. But travel vlogging is like, you have to be 100% willing to go anywhere, film anywhere, despite whether you're allowed to film or whether the crowd around you is going to have a problem with that or not. And you have to have the money and the time to go and film anywhere. Like I said, my car kind of makes me nervous sometimes. My budget on the traveling kind of makes me nervous sometimes. That's why we haven't went and like blown up. That's like go blow up Vegas. I don't mean blow up Vegas. I mean blow up the content with Vegas or whatever. I'm just trying to think of something random. So, will we get there? I would like to try to do that. I would like to try to do like 2 or 3 months in the future where we just go all out to see what happens. Let's live it up. And that's basically what I've done on Duggalo Nation from day one. I've always tried different stuff here. It's just been like it hasn't been an empty palette. It's been an empty warehouse where I can put new art in all the time. And each room represents a different brainstorm I had. Yeah, I gotta go. Friends, family, strangers, thanks for spending your precious non-renewable time with me today. If you want to help me out, then share this BS with all your friends and all your dumb buddies. And yeah, if you want to contact me, then you know the drill. I'll be back with you again, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, 7 days a week at least for now. But until then, don't be like me. Don't puss out and be a douche. I mean, douche.